It takes one to know pun.
Multi-time challengers. So Brian.
Hey, awesome.
All right. To refresh our memories, before we get into the second contest of the O.Henry Pun-Off, Pun Slingers, I'd like to have us review the definition of what is a pun. Because in the contest to come, we're going to be making some calls on what is and what is not a pun. So we're going to talk a little bit about each of those right now. So, a pun.
Oh, they're individually wrapped because they're so stringy.
A pun. A pun is the humorous use of a word or words in such a way as to suggest different meanings or applications, or words with the same or nearly the same sound but different meanings. Simple, right? We can all get that. But it'll happen a few times on this stage, perhaps many times, that contestants throw out lines that are not actually puns. And
For
what
example,
I want to is explain to you right now a couple of things that are not puns and why they are not puns.
the category of weather. I'm not doing too well. My brain is kind of foggy. Not a pun?
Not a pun.
A cliche, a reference.
Yeah. I'm going to give you two kinds of puns that are not really puns. Most common one is the cliche. A cliche is when you throw out a common phrase that uses the topic at hand but does not actually make a play on the word. Here's an example. If one of our all-time popular topics is external body parts. So if a contestant were to say, "Wow, you really got me by the short hairs," not a pun. It's a cliche. So we might give that contestant a chance to fix and make a pun. So then the contestant might think and say, "Oh yeah, well, they put a bunch of pesticide in my backyard and now the little bunny rabbits, they're all growing up stunted. Yeah, they've got me by the short hairs." I know, not particularly funny, but it's a pun. Second kind of pun that is not a pun is the double entendre. Yes, Pierre. We've had some punniest of show contestants in the past who just worked on nothing but double entendres. You know who you are. An example of the double entendre, say the topic is computers. So say the contestant says, "Oh, baby, you're really giving me a hard drive." Might be funny, it's not a pun. We'll give you a chance to fix it. Yeah, I-35 at rush hour. Now that is a hard drive. That's a pun. You'll probably be hearing examples of both of these as the contest goes along, but contestants, we hope that'll help you to identify before you get caught.
We have a couple rules that we'd like to qualify. So if you're competing in the Pun Slingers, this is the time to pay very close attention. You need to turn off your phone before you arrive on stage. Turn off your phone before you arrive on stage. Second, there's no note-taking, digital nor on paper. This pun slinging contest involves about 7 or 8 different skill sets. It's not about making a pun, and one of them is being able to keep track of things in your mind. Holding a rule, no notes to be taken. If your opponent makes an effort to make a pun and it is not allowed, let me restate. If you don't believe it's a pun, do not speak. If you speak after your opponent has made an effort, you automatically accept it, because Steve is not going to go back and say, "Hold on, that thing that happened 20 seconds ago wasn't a pun." So if you're in doubt, let him sweat it and the judge will work it out if you don't think it's a pun. You may hear a couple topics earlier in Punniest of Show that will be repeated. There's a reason. We need 32 topics a year. We try to let them rest for 3 years. That means 96 topics cannot be used. So we may have a couple repeats, so don't be surprised by that. And to finish up, Steve has a word or two about stalling.
Stalling is a time-honored tradition. When it's your turn, you have a count of 5 seconds to start talking, start making a pun. Now, some of our contestants, well, I must confess I've been guilty of it a time or 3 in years past. You start talking when you don't really have a pun in mind, and you are just mindlessly saying words while your mind is spinning and you're trying to actually come up with a pun that you can make. Well, I want you to know that we, the MCs, are going to catch you when you start doing that. And when we think that you are stalling, one of us will step to the microphone and say, okay, time to make a pun. And then you will either make a pun or you will get a strike against you.
And a caveat actually is the more time you stall to deliver a pun, the more time your opponent, if she is wise, will use that as ammunition against you to create more puns in their mind. All right? Thank you.
Oh, you did.
If you're taking pictures today, or if you're talking about us on Twitter today, the hashtag preferred is PunOff2014. We want your pictures. Send us your pictures. Visit us on the Facebook page right here. The URL for the Facebook page is down here, or at punpunpun.com. Send us your pictures. Send us your videos. Give us your hashtags. PunOff2014. We are just about to roll into the Pun Slingers contest here. So on deck, I want to call up contestants number 1 and number 2. You know who you are. I'm not going to announce your names. You know who you are, so be ready. We're going to start in a very soon moment. The billboard over here, the O.Henry Pun-Off billboard with a splotched ink pen, is available if you need your portrait taken for the Hall of Fame or whatever. If you're talking to the news media or something, it's going to be available there the rest of the afternoon. Wander on over and get your picture taken, and we won't charge you anything. The bargain books now are half price. Not all the books, just the bargain books are half price. So come on over and revisit the library over here. We don't want to have to haul any of these books home, folks. We will let you have a bargain. You're bound to find a book you like. Just leaf. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary. What happened to our guys? All right. I'm going to announce the contestants. Contestant number 1 and contestant number 2, Chris Castles and Lucas Anderson. Come on up on deck here and you can talk to me. Hey, nice t-shirt. Is this Lucas or Chris?
I'm Chris.
You're Chris. I'm Gary. Nice t-shirt. What'd you pay for that t-shirt?
Too much.
Too much, but it's for a worthy cause, right?
Very, very
and
worthy
isn't it
cause.
cool? I want to give a quick little plug to our guest judge over here, Brian Wilson, not of the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson, the schmovie guy. He designed this T-shirt. Of course, he ripped off the idea, but don't we all? But it's a fantastic T-shirt. It looks great in black. Just in case you're not hot enough out here today as it is. And then I guess by process of elimination, which I hope you won't be, but Lucas Anderson on my right here.
That's
Lucas,
correct.
and are you from Austin?
I am indeed.
And Chris?
I'm from Austin.
Two real live Austinites. This may be the last pairing we have of 2 Austinites on the stage here today. But we're gonna begin here just as soon as my MCs arrive. As soon as my MCs arrive, we're going to begin this contest. Don't leave me hanging here. I'm liable to announce my retirement if you give me enough microphone time. There's one.
All right, where are you going to put the card? You ready?
They wordplay with us like this, weren't they?
All right, we are ready to begin Pun Slingers. Our first 2 contestants, number 1, Chris Castles. Number 2, Lucas Anderson.
Yeah.
Just take a Lucas, that guy. David, I'm very pleased to meet you. I've just introduced David. David Guggenheim is another multi-time former winner of the O.Henry punt-off, who we kicked upstairs because we had to get him out of competition somehow. And David and I are going to be co-emceeing the first several rounds of Punslingers here. So, let Punslingers begin. Chris, you will be going first. And the topic for our first round is going to be the Wild West. People, places, movies. And Chris, you're on.
I wonder what it'll say on my tombstone when I'm dead after this. Not a pun. I'm tombstoned for this.
There we go.
That's a pun.
Well, I better start fast because I don't want to be accused of stallion.
What did you just, Shane?
You know, I spent a lot of time studying botany, and my focus was on the stamen and the pistil.
I think that's it, yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. We're going to hear the sound of the gong many times this afternoon, so we might as well get used to it. It's Gong with the Wind. All right, Lucas, we'll be seeing you back up here shortly.